y'all, it's Sheree. What's up? Hope y'all staying safe, okay? Stay safe out here. As you can see from the title, today I'll be talking about why I no longer do wash and goes, period, on my kinky natural hair. I'm here to spill all the tea here on YouTube about why wash and goes have been detrimental to my hair growth journey. I'm going to be quite frank and honest and put it out there that if your goal is to grow long, kinky, natural hair, wash and goes will damage your hair. Wash and goes will prevent you from achieving long, natural hair. If you have certain hair textures. That's not to say that anyone can't wash and go. Anyone can wash and go. I made a video about this years ago. Anyone can wash and go. Anyone can define their kinks, curls, and coils, but that may not be the best style to achieve long hair if that is your goal. My goal, if you're new to my channel, is booty crack length hair. And if you knew anyway, you need to subscribe. Subscribe. But my goal is to grow long hair, and I noticed that wash and goes are natural hair. I noticed that wash and goes damage my hair. They ruined my hair, quite frankly. For those of you who have been around, y'all know I did my big chop, my second big chop last year on March 29th, 2019. I lost a lot of length because of my color damage. I cut off about 7 inches of my hair, and my hair was pretty short, and I did a lot of wash and goes at that time because it was easy, it was convenient, it was quick. So I did a lot of wash and goes. But throughout the process, I noticed that my hair wasn't optimally healthy. There was something missing. My hair wasn't doing what I knew it could do. So 6 months into my big chop, after my big chop, I decided to stop doing wash and goes, and I haven't done wash and goes for 6 months. My last wash and go was on October 29th, and the wash and go has not touched my hair since then. And my hair has flourished, okay? I think y'all have noticed that my hair has flourished, and I will include pictures throughout this so you can see how my hair changed and transformed during this time. But like I said in the beginning, I was doing a lot of wash and goes. I was doing them exclusively, and I just don't think that every texture should wash and go. So now that I've said all that, I feel like this intro has been super long, but I had to lay it out on the table because everything doesn't work for everybody, and every hair type is different. Your texture may grow long and luscious. So again, take this with a grain of salt, but this is what worked and didn't work for me. So the first reason, and one of the most important reasons why I stopped doing wash and goes, is because they cause single strand knots out the ass. I got so many single strand knots when I did wash and goes. Wash and goes defines your texture, right? My natural texture shrinks to my head. So when you have a kinky coil shrinking, wrapping around itself, what is it going to do? All it's going to do is get single strand knots. That's not to say that my twist outs and braid outs don't get single strand knots, because they do. It's my natural texture. You can only prevent things so much, but I can't grow long hair if I'm allowing my hair to shrink up on itself constantly. Even though, quite as it's kept, wash and goes are one of my favorite styles. I love me a good poppin' wash and go. The single strand knots are out the ass, okay? They're out the wazoo. And when you have single strand knots, all your hair is going to do is break off and pop off. They also feel horrible on your hair. You can't do anything with it. Your hair just won't do right. Single strand knots are just not where it's at. They're pesky, they're gross, and you're not gonna grow long hair if you continue to allow your hair to shrink up on itself and get single strand knots. So that was one of the most important reasons, because the single strand knots were wild. This is reason 2. I found myself getting a lot of thinning on my ends, and this is maybe not something you will see in my videos, but off camera, I did a lot of dusting and getting my ends right, because as soon after I did a wash and go, my ends looked thin. Literally, I would wash my hair, do a wash and go, popping. I wash my hair again, thin ends. I would trim them again, kind of like, you know, dust them off a little bit, do a wash and go again, gotta do it again. And I repeated this cycle for weeks and weeks and weeks until I just got tired of it. There was something about wash and goes that were thinning my hair out. I don't know if it was the hand movements in my hair. I don't know if it was the gel. Again, I don't know if it was my hair shrinking up and just causing damage. My ends got so thin every time I did a wash. When I thought, oh, maybe it's no, that doesn't happen to me anymore. I have not done as much dusting and search and destroys like I have when I was doing wash and goes. My hair is totally different. So yeah, I don't know if you've noticed this, but take stock of your hair. Do you find that your ends are thinning out and you always have to trim and you always have breakage? Honey, it may just be the wash and go. Like I've said before, and I'm just going to glaze over it because I've mentioned it multiple times, it's just not ideal for length or tension. If you have a lot of breakage, if you have thinning ends, your hair is not going to retain length. So because I have goals, they just gotta go, and the wash and go had to go. There were a lot of tangling on wash day, and we know that when your hair is tangled, even as gentle as you are, you're going to get some level of breakage. Because my shrinkage is about 70%, I had bad tangling after wash and goes. Like when I do twist outs and braid outs, come wash day, I do pre-poo, but I don't have to. I pre-poo because I'm extra. I don't pre-poo because my hair is tangled. Because my hair is not tangled. I try to keep my hair stretched as possible in a heat-free way because I'm still not like going wild using no heat. But the tangles were crazy, and I could feel myself ripping my hair apart trying to get through tangles. And I just found that just wasn't ideal for, you know, what I'm trying to do with my hair journey. Product build up. I think this is the worst thing about wash and goes, especially when you have a kinky texture. You have to apply I used to go through so much gel. Like I go through my stylers so slowly now, even though I'm still heavy-handed. I go through my stylers so much slower now that I'm not doing wash and goes. I don't even need to buy stylers for like 4 years because I use so little. I used to go through so much gel, like chunks and jars of gel. I can go through a 12-ounce jar of gel in like one use almost. I used to use so much gel just trying to get my kinky hair to lay down. So I would layer on leave-in because obviously wash and goes dry your hair out because you're using a gel, and then you gotta layer on the gel because you want to seal the curl in, and you end up just using so much product. So much product, especially if you have a low porosity. It's super hard for your hair to absorb all that product. So with all that product laid on top of your hair, it only inevitably led to my next reason for stopping doing wash and goes, which was flaking. So if you're low porosity, it's hard to avoid your hair flaking, right? Like right now, I have no hair flakes because I didn't layer on a bunch of products. I used just a leave-in, some grease, and a gel, and I didn't go ham with it. But the flaking, when I tell you, I've had so many failed wash and goes that have not made it to my channel because I got flaking out the butt, because I had to layer on a lot of product to tame my frizz. So the point of a wash and go, if you want it to be not just a straight afro, is to tame your frizz, because frizz is basically what causes an afro, right? I got so many flakes. I had so many failed hairstyles, so many styles that just had to go into a puff or be washed immediately because of the flaking. My low porosity hair can only take so much product, so all the crap layered on top of it just wasn't going to work. Wash and goes were inconsistent. Some days they will be popping 10, and some days it was like why. You know, like, they were just so inconsistent. Like, with a twist out, if I use the same type of products, I'm probably going to get a decent twist out. Obviously, natural hair is inconsistent overall, but I'm probably going to get a decent twist out I can rock. But with a wash and go, oh, you make one false move. You don't use enough water. You use too much water. You use too much leave-in. You don't use enough leave-in. You use too much gel. You don't use enough gel. It's going to be a mess. It was very inconsistent. I couldn't just do a wash and go and have a great style. It was just no guarantee. It was just no guarantee that my hair would be amazing. And it's just not a risk you can take all the time. I just can't stand inconsistent hair. Natural hair is already stressful enough, and I didn't need the wash and goes stressing me out even more. This is something that goes back to length retention. Wash and goes make your hair dry, or they can make your hair dry, especially for those of us who need like an eco styler or extreme wet line gel to have a lasting wash and go. A lot of gels have a soft hold, but a gel like extreme or eco styler have like what Quinn Ray calls an industrial hold. So when you need an industrial hold, if you don't use a good leave-in, even if you use a good leave-in, eventually this is just going to happen. Your hair is going to dry out. And what does dry hair do? It breaks. It pops off. It doesn't retain length. So wash and goes were really drying to my hair. Even though I love them, I love the look of my natural texture. I have such pretty kinky hair. Even though I love what my hair did in the wash and go, I just didn't like the end results. I didn't like the lasting effects of the wash and go, and that was dryness. Wash and goes take forever to dry. I have low porosity hair, like I've said a million times throughout this video, and my hair takes forever to dry. This may not be an issue for those of us who have high porosity hair, but my hair takes forever to dry. It takes forever for moisture to get into my hair strands and dry. My wash and goes, it would take about 2 days for my hair to dry. Obviously, I could sit under a hooded dryer, but that just meant more heat. That definitely would mean more dryness, more breakage. So I tried to avoid doing that as much as possible. But obviously, over the course of 2 days, trying to dry my hair, it would end up just being frizzy because my hair would rub on something, and even though I tried to be gentle, waiting for hair to dry for 2 days will just inevitably lead to frizz. It could lead to high growth fatigue because your hair isn't drying well. You're just sitting with wet hair all the time. Wash and goes just take forever to dry. I just prefer having my hair twisted and protected in and of itself. And even if I take the twist out in 4 days, because my hair does take long to dry, my hair isn't rubbing against itself and shrinking together and just being wild out and crazy and just doing strange things, okay? I just find that it's better if I don't do it because the drying time, it's no bueno. The last and final reason is that wash and goes require too much manipulation. Even though it is our natural texture, you have to apply a bunch of leave-in, you have to apply a bunch of gel, you gotta do a whole bunch of smoothing, you have to dry it sometimes with a blow dryer, dry it with a hooded dryer. If not, it's going to be frizzy. And when you finally finish with it, you have to fluff it. You gotta pick it out because it's shrunken from the shrinkage. It's just too much. It's just too much. It's too much. So even though, again, I love my texture, this is not a video about not loving your texture and not embracing your texture. If your goal is just to rock your hair and wear it as it is, then do it, honey. But if you got bigger goals, then maybe you should reconsider. But the manipulation on a wash and go was a lot, especially in some sections where my hair didn't curl the same. So my front section is pretty looser and it doesn't curl like the rest of my hair. The sides don't curl at all. So I'm twisting this and I'm twisting this and I'm pulling here and I'm pulling there, and I just got tired of it. So it's been 6 months of me not wearing wash and goes, and I just see the difference in my hair. my hair has a luster and shine and beauty that it didn't really have when I was forcing it to do something it didn't want to do. Like, I don't mind my hair being frizzed out and froed out. Like, obviously we all have curls, but some of us just have to do a lot more to get those curls to pop out and stay there. And I don't need it. I don't need it in my life. I don't care if my hair is frizzy. I don't care if it's froey. I don't care if it's cottony. I'm just gonna rock it as it is, because I ain't doing all that extra no more at all. But that's it, y'all. Y'all wanted to know. There it is. The reason I don't do wash and goes is because they damage the hell out of your natural hair. They don't allow you to retain the amount of length that you can without them. And they just ain't for me. I definitely encourage you to do what is best for your hair. If you love your wash and goes, this is not a video telling you to stop. This is just a video, a warning to people that have textures like mine to reconsider, especially again if growing your hair long is your goal, to reconsider whether wash and goes are beneficial for you and your hair journey. So I hope this video was helpful. Love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Bye, y'all.